Hi everyone, and thanks for checking out my channel. I'm going to have a look at the precious metals. It's been quite a while. I didn't actually make a video about this, but some very important development did actually happen over the past few weeks, so I'll probably go and cover this. Starting with gold, that's the weekly chart we're having here, and I believe that one is quite concerning if you're actually looking at buying this market or if you're holding long, because basically we did validate already quite a while when he did reject at 250 a major weekly divergence that's actually originating here, that is actually pointing to a correction as low as 1500, and I believe this is getting more and more possible, that we could actually see such a drop potentially early next year, but that could actually happen quicker than this. So if we zoom in, we're having that major descending triangle that did actually break. The break did actually happen the week before. We did actually break that key level at 1850, and for now what's happened was a drop toward the next level of support and a retest, but impossible for the price to actually break higher than 1850. So next week will be extremely critical. We can see here that the momentum is intact. There's no sign of reversal at this point, and I believe there's a very high chance for this to actually keep dropping from here, retesting that level again, but that time breaking lower, potentially to go to the next level that is actually sitting at around 1700. If we look just a little bit closer, we can see a small divergence we're having here on the 4 hours. It's actually quite nice, but it's only pointing for a revisit of that level, so I believe the potential for this move is over. We had that rising wedge that was actually in place. We did actually fail to break higher and did reject quite strongly on 1850, so I believe this is a matter of time until we actually go back down to 1800. Don't believe there's much chance that we're going to break that again. Should we actually break that level, we're still having a lot of selling pressure to the upside that will actually cap any attempt. I believe here we're having potentially 1930. That's a wall that's pretty much not gonna break until we get something very significantly new in terms of the money supply, or more important, probably a speculation about it. Looking at silver, the picture is a little bit less catastrophic for one reason. I mean, we're having the same structure, but it didn't break down yet, so the 22 level is holding on quite nicely so far. If we look at the daily chart here, we can see we having divergence, bullish divergence as well on that drop, slightly above the support 22.5. That could actually trigger move to the upside up to 27. So I did start building short position, but now I'm considering if it's actually wise to actually hold that short position with that configuration. Of course, we're having that major trend line that's running here, that configuration is still valid, and etc. So that's definitely not such a bad thing in theory. We're also having that big divergence that's still in place, and that's definitely pointing for a break lower, and I believe $20 can be seen, definitely. Of course, should we actually follow the height of that figure, we could have a pattern that could actually drop much lower and could actually get to the next level. That's actually yeah, $14 or $15. It seems crazy from here, but not impossible. I'm not saying it will happen or high probability, because as long as $22 is actually holding, it's definitely positive for silver. It could actually break higher. It's a bit different than gold, but that would be a little bit surprising to see silver shooting up and gold dropping as much as what is expected, potentially minus 20% from the current level. Seems a little bit strange. I wouldn't actually bet too much on this, so high chance in my opinion that actually silver will follow. We're having that divergence that's actually pointing for a retest of 22, so at this point might actually play that short still until here, but it's not gonna be for a big fall or anything like this, taking profit on 22 and see what we could actually get there. Of course, actually break lower, that's a different story. Then we'll enter some more significant sort of bearish configuration for silver. Will get quite similar to what we have for gold, and of course that will be very negative for the metal. And finally, looking at the platinum market, so that's vastly different from gold and silver. We have an extremely bullish configuration that's very large cup and handle pattern. And if we look now on the weekly, we did actually break absolutely critical level at 1030 and did close very high above at 1070. So I'm extremely bullish on this. I'm now looking at an entry point to actually open long on platinum, because I just don't have any reversal sign, and that figure, because the price is relatively low, could actually be explosive to the upside. So we're now looking at a first target that could actually go as high as 1500. And I believe this is very much possible. That's a key resistance area we're having here. I think that's on the weekly. It's pretty much matching quite nicely here. The only thing is that we could still see a little bit of a pullback. That would actually be quite healthy. So one strategy would be to start building long position between the current level in case it goes actually higher in Climax run, which is not impossible, or if we retest the 1030, which is highly possible in my opinion, since we did actually break it only last week. Look at the 4 hours, there's no sign of divergence, really extremely strong move. The momentum is really nice. There's just nothing that could actually back up any crash or any major reversal for platinum right now. But I believe 1030 would be a perfect entry point. Of course, we keep stop loss not too far away at probably 970 is probably safe enough on this, but yes, completely different from gold and silver. Looking quickly at the quote reports, platinum, of course, no argument, continuing to build long position for the managed money, reducing the short. It's pretty much the edgers also adding to the short position to edge against higher price. Open interest, that's positive. There's nothing that could actually point to some potential reversal. I think there's a really good bull run in the making on platinum for the coming weeks. If we look now also at silver, as I said, not really too negative. We're having long position increasing as well for managed money, but they're also covering a bit with short, so it's not highly positive either. And if we look at the swap dealers, they're actually reducing their short exposure, but also a little bit the long. So it's not dropping up in interest. So of course for silver, it's a little bit puzzled, I believe, because don't really know where the price is going at the moment. It's a little bit stuck and it's lacking definitely momentum to break higher, and it could actually definitely go back down and retest 22 and see what would happen then. And as for gold, as I was mentioning, so there's definitely no clear picture. They're reducing short and long at the same time, but still holding a significant net long position that could of course go back down quite badly. We can see open interest is almost crashing, minus 17,000. That's quite a lot. And if we look at the edges, that's relatively bullish, that they're continuing to edge against a higher price, but still they're holding such a large amount of contract that would actually not increase that too much anyway. So yeah, I think the overall picture is, to me, bearish on gold, almost confirmed, a little bit in the middle for silver, but with some bias to the downside, and extremely bullish for platinum. I think we're going to see a major run on that metal, and I will be following this very closely. So yeah, thanks for watching. I wish you a good week of trading. I'll check this midweek, and until then I wish you safe trading, and I speak to you soon. Cheers, bye.